Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Mech Merlin build stream. I know it's late. I know I usually start about an hour earlier, but with the rising temperatures in Seattle and my lack of AC in this house, I figured the later I start, where the sun isn't shining so brightly, it will make this a lot less painful. So yeah, if you guys remember last week's build stream, my face cam shut off in the middle of it, so let's hopefully not have any of that tonight. But yeah, as you guys can see from the stream title down below, tonight we are building another customer board. Tonight it is the Canon Keys Obliterated 75, built with Tangerine switches. Obliterated 75. This is part of the Brutal V1 that Canon Keys is doing. You guys can see a link to the Obliterated 75 by executing the build command. You guys can see there. So there is a Brutal V2 now, and I'm hoping that the Obliterated 75 will make its way to V2 land in the near future. The plate is the typical FR4 plate with the Canon cutouts right there. We're doing all standard layout on this guy, so 2U backspace, enter key, left shift, and 6.25U spacebar. And today's switch of choice are C3 Tangerines. Tangerines, are these lubed? Customer did not ask me to lube them, so I wonder if they're already... Oh, wait. I see film, so I think these are... Yep. Either the customer or he paid someone to do it. Has already filmed these, so that's good. Feels good. One thing I don't like about Tangerines is that I think they're a little bit too Oh, what the heck happened there? I feel like Tangerines are a tad too sharp sounding for me. Tad too bright sounding. Which is why for my Tangerines I actually ended up putting a cherry top on them. So hopefully I won't feel the same way about this. But we shall see. We shall see. Anyone in the audience haven't obliterated? Or any of the original Brutal V1s? I've just got a Savage 65. Just so everything holds together, I'm actually gonna solder this guy first. Solder, solder, solder! And we are good. Can turn up the soldering iron. I feel like I consume a lot of keyboard content and your colors seem to be so accurate and not contrast based. Drizoid says, thank you. Yeah, I generally at the start of every stream, just because my lights aren't always set like exactly, I try to do a, you know, I try to do like a white balance off of something white that I have every time. And yeah, the only thing that's a little bit different from what I see is my hands are not that red. It looks like I'm like, you know, completely red on screen, but they should be a little lighter than that. All right, let's brush this up. All right, that's looking pretty good. And now that I've cleaned up all that flux, do my solder joints still look good? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, we're good. We are good. I can actually put the board together now. Yeah, this is my least favorite part of burger mount, because then you have to put like the O-ring on both sides, and it's just like it's such a pain. Not looking forward to these tiny O-rings. Let's see, the best thing to do is actually to take apart the board first. So let me do that. Let me take apart the board first. Do you have any favorite or go-to plate switch combos you think tend to work well together? You know, every board is different. Like you can't just think that the same switch and plate combo will work across every board, because boards have different mountings. Some PCBs have like, you know, cuts within the PCB to make it flex more. You've got flex cuts on plates as well. It's all different. It's all different. There's no like one size fits all. I say for like gasket mount applications. For gasket mount applications, I tend to prefer stiffer plates, but not too stiff like brass or stainless steel. I'm thinking like maybe like aluminum and carbon fiber. I tend to prefer carbon fiber more because the carbon fiber dampens the brittleness, the metallic pinginess of the aluminum plate. But when it comes to top mounts, like, or even burger mounts like this guy right here, the Obliterated 775, I do prefer a softer plate such as Palm or PC. On something like with the gasket, like the O-ring gasket that's popularized by the Bakaneko and stuff, I tend to prefer a really stiff plate like stainless steel or brass. Different answers, no one size fits all. There was like this period in the community where everyone was just like brass plate, brass plate, brass plate. So basically every board that went into group buy had a brass plate. So can you elaborate more on why the stiff plate on the O-ring? I've noticed that with softer plates, like the sound doesn't do it for me. It's really weird on the Bakaneko type board specifically. The stiffer the plate, the deeper the sound. Why? I have no clue. I'll probably have to like talk with material scientists, engineers to know that, but that's just something that I've noticed. Funny how you rarely see someone build with brass. Now, yeah, I know, right? Unless it's like a clout board, you know, like, oh, TGR Jane, I want it heavy with everything. Mr. Moon says, yeah, I know it's so variable, but the general takes were helpful. I had been rebuilding my sound so many times trying to find a top mount combo I like. The harder plates made it sound too hollow to me, ended up with Palm and Oil Kings. There we go, yeah. That's a good combo. Hey, this was the first, like, high-end 75 that I got. It was a top mount board. I think I just used an aluminum plate on it. And I was like, it sounds okay. Do you have a brass plate with your FBTKL? I've got a palm plate in mine, and I'm not too excited about it. Maybe you should try that with the O-ring mount. Yeah, my, coincidentally, my FBTKL is actually here. I think I'm gonna give it to a friend of mine, actually. She's been asking me for keyboard stuff. She's like, Merlin, should I buy this or should I buy that? I'm just like, how long have we known each other? Why don't I just give you a board? Okay, there we go. Okay, so for those of you who have never seen burger mounting before, it is annoying. I actually hate doing burger mount. But basically, O-ring, plate, O-ring. Then the screw goes through there. So it's like your current FBTK build is O-ring with palm and matcha lattes and PVD fans, Klein blue, and I think it has a nice, clean, clacky sound. That's good. Okay, hopefully they have more O-rings provided, because if I run out, I'm not gonna be happy. Okay, it's not fun. You guys, pardon me, but I'll probably be grumbling this whole time. You have a copper plate on one of your boards. I like patina, but it oxidizes in the ugliest way possible. Yeah. Just send it to like knee deep or something. Knee deep will do a good job on it. But I hear he's also expensive and hard to, hard to get a commission from. Okay, pardon me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 and 4, so 8. That should be plenty then. Okay. Okay, look at that. Now, customer did not send me keycaps for this. So let's see, blue board. What key set would look good on a blue board? I think with the Obliterated series, the DSS profile would look great. Okay. Sind, did you want the foam inside? The stuffing, did you want this inside there? Or what? You want it in there? Okay. Let's see if you can spread it out. Like that. Stick it in. Get your fur in there. want to see that. Stay in. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's put on keycaps. And like I said, we are going to be putting on Carpentaria. There we go. There we go. Page up, page down, on a home, and we need an end key. And we unfortunately do not have an FN key there, so I'm gonna have to use just a regular Alt or Super even. But I like having an Alt there. There we go. Right, that is a pretty good looking board if I say so myself. Check that out, guys. That's really good looking. I think the blue just color matched so brilliantly. Dang. Here, let's change the screen so it's up front. Here, let's turn off the chat really quick so I can do a good one over by... once I move this over to YouTube. There we go. Here it is. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? It looks so good. Right, let's do a typing test. Here goes. I like how it feels, guys. I like this better than how my Savage 65 turned out. My Savage 65 is actually in the same colorway, So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna, like, you know, when I return this over to Send here, I'm going to take out the keycaps and put it on my 765. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But yeah, that actually felt pretty darn good. Sound was okay as well. I just didn't like how the spacebar sounded, but I thought it sounded a little too sharp for my taste. But then again, I'm also using a profile that not too many people use yet. Yeah, this is a DSA Carpinteria, or DSS Carpinteria, what were these specs again? These were Signature Plastics DSS profile. It is thick, high quality ABS plastic. Okay. One thing I noticed about the board was it seemed like the front height was really high. Let me just look up the specs on that. I felt like I was continually having to try and raise my wrist when typing. 7.5 degree typing angle, yeah, that's fine. Oh, here we go. 20 millimeter front height. That's why I'm normally around the 17 and 18 millimeter. Like, you would think that 2 millimeters isn't that big of a difference, but I could noticeably feel that. What I'm trying to say here is that the Obliterated 75, I think its height is a little too high for my own comfort. But Sand, hopefully you like it. Because, like, for me, I feel like it's definitely higher than I'm comfortable with. I'd probably need to use like a wrist rest for this. Terry Teddy says, sounds pretty decent. I think it sounds pretty decent as well. Though the larger profile here, like the larger profile and thicker profile, tends to accentuate it to make it a little bit more clacky, if you will. Which I actually like. Though it makes it sound too clacky at the spacebar level though. See, I think that's a little too much. Like, I prefer this. Even that backspace is a little bit too much for me. Like, the enter key and the shift key sound the best. But the ones at the edges, these guys are the ones that are the biggest offenders. There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. It's much better sounding than my 765. Couple things I'm going to say about the board before we close. I have always liked Canon Keys Blue, especially for their Brutal series right there. This is one of my favorite blues that I've seen in the hobby. Of course, like the 7V blue, that's probably my favorite blue. This one works just as well. And yeah, I was not expecting this key set to mesh so well with this. Let's see, this one's a $295 board. I do think Canon Keys will be doing more sales as the new version comes out, so do keep an eye out for that. Yeah. I'm going to have this on my desk for the next couple of days, so if you guys tune in to my weekly Group by News segment, you will see more of it. And, you know, I might like it more, I might like it less. Usually, after I build a board, things can change. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Evan, for joining in. Like I said, you'll see more of this board in future streams. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a good color combo, this is a Signature Plastic set, so as long as you find a Signature Plastics with blue, I think this is the same blue that they used for Nautilus, I believe, when they did their SA variant. So it works very well with this blue. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good start to your weekend, and I'm so glad that it's not so hot here right now. Thanks guys. See you on Sunday. Bye guys.